Hello, Bengaluru. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to IO Connect. I'm AK. I help build Google products globally while working from Bengaluru. It's great to see so many familiar faces in the audience here. Thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you to everyone joining us over the live stream. After Miami and Amsterdam, we are excited to bring IO Connect to India, home to one of the most vibrant developer communities in the world. Thank you, thank you. IO Connect is all about connections, connecting with developers, connecting communities, connecting with Google. And through these events, we are bringing the best of IO directly to you near a city near you. At Google, we are grateful and humbled that you are building your products on our platforms and tools, which are open by design. Together, we share the joy of solving problems to make life better for everyone. Let me start by sharing one such amazing example.
This is my smart guy room. This is my dog, Wiki, and Sammy. And this is my sick gaming computer. I live on the plains of eastern Colorado. This is my new house. My old one burnt down, but we'll get back to that. This is me, Lance Carr. I've got a rare form of muscular dystrophy, so I can't really move my body. For me, playing video games is my link to the world. But I had to stop gaming because this house burnt down along with my adaptive equipment, and I had absolutely no way to play Warcraft or any other computer game. I definitely had a low point. So when I got connected with some cool folks at Google, hey guys.
Hey Lance.
I was pretty stoked. We teamed up to develop this thing called Project Game Face.
Yeah, the name is pretty cool.
It allows me to precisely control my mouse with my face. It's so precise, I can even write in cursive.
Project GameFace uses MediaPipe, which links together a number of different AI models to give you an output. And in this case, the output is a mesh of 468 points on your face and convert that into telemetry like mouse movement or clicks. It runs natively on devices and it only needs an input from a webcam, which to me is one of the most amazing things about it.
Controlling my computer with funny faces, it's pretty awesome.
You know, the face is what we show to the outside world anyway, so why not bring these two things together? There's a beautiful symmetry there.
I was stronger when I was 6 months old than I am now. Muscular dystrophy takes, and this actually added an ability. So it's the first time I've gained something in a physical sense. My hope is to definitely give this technology to everybody who could use it.
There are many people out there who have ideas, who have creativity, so we're open sourcing this technology for folks to create miraculous solutions like this one.
I just want to make a lot of people's lives better and easier. Well, we're going to get back to it. Thanks for hopping by the plains of Colorado.
Oh, you saw me?
Look at the edges of the cliffs. Right.
Wait, what was that?
He's a warlock.
Oh.
I should have known.
How cool is that? Just amazing to see this. If you had told the computer engineering student in me 3 decades ago that one day there'll be a hands-free game, yes, that's me, that one day there'll be a hands-free gaming mouse that you could control just by your head movements and facial gestures, I would have called it science fiction. And yes, you guessed it right, that's me 3 decades ago. We have worked with the fantastic folks at Super Gaming who are already bringing this tech to IO Connect. In fact, you can try this experience today, the Project Game Face experience, at our demo zones just right after the keynote. It's fascinating to see how technology has evolved and allowed developers to innovate and scale and build solutions that drive real-world impact. This is especially visible in India. Many of you have been using technology to develop unique solutions for critical challenges and opportunities, be it organizations like Bharat Agri and Alipo Learning that have been helping core communities upskill and improve their livelihood, or BrainSight AI that's using AI-enabled large-scale modeling of the brain to solve for neurological disorders. or innovations like Visa that have been using conversational AI to help people with mental health support. Today, the world sees India not just as home to one of the largest startup developer ecosystems, but also as a hub of AI-ready innovators and deep tech solutions. In fact, India has the second largest base of data science and AI professionals in the world. And with India Stack, we have one of the strongest digital public infrastructures. In fact, UPI. UPI is a shining example, and we feel honored to be able to play a part in this journey with Google Pay. India's scale and talent matched with the pace of evolution around us will strengthen our position as a global innovation hub and make the power of technology more accessible to everyone. As always, it's developers like you that will be at the forefront of this story. There are immense opportunities for growth with the emergence of new technologies, surfaces, and users in the digital landscape. Let's start with generative AI. That's something you've been hearing a lot about. Recent advances in LLMs are prompting developers to consider how generative AI can be used to build innovative product experiences. This can also help enable solutions in India for areas like education, healthcare, welfare services, and much, much more. It's early days, and yet we already have more than 60 Gen AI startups in the country. Imagine this. And we absolutely can't wait to see the innovations you're going to come up with, because those are going to be the amazing ones that we're going to see. There is also an enormous opportunity in going beyond the smartphone and building for various connected devices. This is gradually emerging in India with connected devices such as wearables and TVs witnessing robust growth. We'll see more developer interest in multi-device experiences to grow their businesses by meeting users wherever they are. And that's very important, to meet users where they are. And talking of meeting users where they are, our recent Economy India report put a spotlight on the opportunities Tier 2+ cities present. Digital consumers from these regions are spending more time online, are willing to pay for relevant solutions, and are also open to experimenting with new innovations. Enhancements we are seeing in India's digital infrastructure, along with the rollout of 5G, will only bolster this. And while developers are building cutting-edge solutions for India, many are also seeing success in other parts of the world, building thriving global businesses. At Google, we remain committed to partnering with you in this growth journey. We want to make it easier for you to build scalable solutions by making technology more helpful for you. Towards this goal, over the past few years, we have built a simpler, much more powerful developer experience. So whether you are working in AI, cloud, web, or mobile, we are empowering you to seamlessly build across these areas with a rich set of open and integrated technologies. And we'll dive into all of this over the next 45 minutes. In AI and ML, we'll share more about how we are helping developers benefit from today's new era of generative AI with powerful new capabilities like Palm APIs and Maker Suite. These tools will help you build amazing product experiences in the most efficient, innovative, and very important, responsible way. Soon, you will have access to more of our research models and data sets to help you build scalable solutions in areas such as healthcare and language understanding. For cloud developers, we are bringing new generative AI capabilities within Vertex AI to help developers of different skill levels build enterprise-ready applications. We are also launching an accelerator program for ONDC to support the growth of India's robust network of digital sellers. It is important to reach new customers across platforms, and the web forms a key part of that opportunity. You will hear about how we are making the web more powerful and easier to build for. And lastly, in mobile, we'll introduce new features that help you not only build higher quality mobile experiences, but also optimize for the multi-device world that is emerging around us. India has always been at the forefront, be it the invention of zero or figuring out prime numbers in polynomial time. And in more recent days, the digital public infrastructure like UPI and ONDC. I have no doubt whatsoever that we'll continue to do so with every new inflection point that comes our way, driving India's digital growth story to new heights. Now, I'd like to invite Rahul on stage to give you a deeper insight into our approach to AI and how we can benefit from it. Rahul, thank you.
Since day one, we set out to significantly improve the lives of as many people as possible. And with a little help, you found new answers, discovered new places. The right words came at just the right time. We even learned how to say new words.
Croissant.
Life got a little easier. Our photos got a little better. And we got closer to a world where we all belong.
3, 2, 1. We have liftoff.
So as we stand on the cusp of a new era, new breakthroughs in AI will reimagine the ways we can help. We will have the chance to improve the lives of billions of people. We will give businesses the opportunity to thrive and grow, and help society answer the toughest questions we have to face. Now, we don't take this for granted. So while our ambition is bold, our approach will always be responsible. Because our goal is to make AI helpful for everyone.
Thank you. Thanks, AK. That was really inspiring. This blue van is Carnegie Mellon's NavLab, a self-driving car from the 1980s. My first PhD project was to teach it to drive in traffic. In those days, computers were really slow, and we couldn't even afford to process images at frame rate. So I cheated, and we drove at night. That way, the scene was mostly black, and all we needed to see was the red pixels from the car ahead. A lot has happened since then. Your phone has way more processing power than the 3 workstations in that van, and we've made huge progress in AI, and self-driving cars are real. This is a really exciting time to be a developer, and I believe that you can be at the forefront of AI. Today, I'm going to share progress across 3 exciting areas: generative AI and large language models, rapid development of on-device ML, and using AI to unlock opportunities at scale in India. First, foundation models like LLMs are transforming research in AI. A few months ago, we launched Bard, and we've been really inspired by the creative ways it's being used. For developers, LLMs can completely change how we code. Specifically, Bard can collaborate with you on writing code, debugging, explaining code, all in over 20 languages. As a researcher who codes in Python, I love being able to export Bard's generated code directly into Google Colab. You should check it out. Bard is powered by PaLM 2, our next-gen language model that's also trained to be competent at math and reasoning. The PaLM API is integrated into Colab and Firebase, and it's particularly easy to prototype on MakerSuite, which runs in your browser. Let's check out a fun little game built using these tools. Here's Flip.
Got me
If you haven't yet played Flip, please check it out in the sandbox area. The Palm API and Maker Suite public previews were released in the US. Today, I'm excited to share that you will have access to these models in India. Please try them out in the link. Second, on-device ML, training and running ML models on device offers significant benefits in terms of latency and privacy, yet many developers find it challenging. MediaPipe makes it easy to build powerful on-device models with a low to no-code approach. MediaPipe is open sourced, works cross-platform, and excels in building solutions for live and streaming media. Remember Project GameFace, which AK showed earlier? That was built using MediaPipe. What I really like is that the MediaPipe model maker lets you retrain the built-in models and quickly create custom models specific to your needs. So why is that useful? Let's say I want to play a game of rock, paper, scissors using hand gestures. This won't work out of the box, since the model knows common gestures like thumbs up and thumbs down, but not gestures like rock or paper. What's great is that I can take these gestures, just take a few images from my webcam, and in a few lines of code, we can retrain the on-device model, and we're ready to play. You can learn a lot more about this at the AI website. In addition to MediaPipe, you can participate in Kaggle challenges, develop ML models using JAX or TensorFlow, and much, much more. Finally, here's how AI will help unlock opportunities at scale in areas such as language, healthcare, and much more. Language understanding is one of India's most interesting AI opportunities. But we have a very limited data for most of India's 1,500 plus local languages and dialects. To enable progress, in partnership with IISc, we launched Project Vani last year. Vani is collecting diverse speech data across every district in India. I'm happy to announce that the first milestone datasets have been open sourced by IISc. You can download these, and we'll continue adding to this resource. And I encourage you to take advantage of this data to build your own speech recognition applications. Next, AI has huge potential to help in agriculture. Last year, we shared how remote sensing using AI helps open a world of opportunities with agriculture landscape understanding and crop detection. We have since been working with our partners and the government to scale these further to meet India's digital ambitions. We're keen to try these out. We're keen for you to try these out, rather. You should soon be able to express your interest, and once shortlisted, you'll get to experience the capabilities and help us improve them via your feedback. AI is also helping transform urban planning and infrastructure. Using deep learning models to find buildings and satellite imagery, we have created the Open Buildings dataset. This includes a unique plus code for each building, supporting government and social efforts that benefit from digital addresses. I'm excited to announce that we're now open sourcing this dataset. Hopefully, that'll enable developers like you to build tools that power more efficient urban planning, distribution, and humanitarian crisis response efforts. AI can also be extremely helpful when it comes to healthcare. Handwritten medical prescriptions like these are very challenging to digitize. Impossible, really. Last year, we showed how AI can help. Soon, we will invite trusted testers to get a private preview of this tech via the Research API. Shortlisted developers will be able to experience, evaluate, and provide feedback. Wrapping up, I want to talk about the importance of building responsibly. As we get bolder in our ambitions to use AI, continuing to be responsible is equally important. I'll share two updates here. First, we will ensure that all of our AI-generated images have metadata and markup to give users context if they come across these images beyond our platforms. Second, we launched Project Bindi last year, where we developed scalable methods to perform more comprehensive stereotype evaluation in NLP. The aim is to mitigate and evaluate biases in NLP in the Indian context. Today, I'm happy to share that we have utilized these methods to build the Seagull database, a global stereotype benchmark, and this dataset has been open sourced, with much more coming soon. I look forward to seeing how you will use these AI tools to speed up your development workflows and create amazing experiences for your users. That's it from me. Let's now hear from Will on how Google Cloud is helping you innovate. Thank you.
Hey, great to see you, Rahul. All right. Hello, it's great to be with you here today. And I'm here to talk to you about what's new in cloud. And I suspect you're pretty interested in AI, so we're going to focus there today. And while most organizations are just getting started, especially with generative AI, there is no doubt that most organizations, and you probably see this as well, Gen AI is going to radically impact your industry, your business, and the products and projects that you take on. Okay, so my job as CTO and at Google Cloud, our job is to make it easy and scalable for all of you to innovate with AI. And it doesn't matter, maybe you're a business analyst, don't know how to code, that's okay, we got your back. Maybe you're a junior dev, you're just learning, we got you too. But maybe you're that experienced dev, no problem, we got you taken care of. We're gonna help you use AI to transform the products and services that you build, no matter who you are and where you are on that spectrum of learning. Okay, now we're gonna go through 4 investment areas for cloud that are gonna impact all of your daily lives, hopefully, and help you take advantage of this new wave of generative AI. All right, so we're gonna start off with products like Vertex. Then we're going to move into cybersecurity. Third, we're going to talk about workspace. And then finally, we're going to wrap up with Google Cloud Platform, that foundation that you're all building on, and hopefully all of you are building on today. Okay, so these investments are going to help you take your experiments, that idea that you have, that little kernel of an idea, and you're just starting to write some code, and turn those into real-world experiences at scale, quickly and efficiently. It's going to unlock creativity and productivity. It's going to help you narrow the skills gap within your organization, help you scale up more efficiently. It's going to help you protect your company's data, the IP, like the core of your business. And it's going to help you spark those radical transformations. Remember I was talking about that moment when you got the idea and you're ready to roll? We want to get you from that moment to deployment as quickly as possible. So let's talk about our first investment area, cloud AI products. And what better place to start than Vertex AI? With Vertex, you can access foundation models for chat, text, and images. You just select the model that you want, create prompts to tune the model. You can even fine-tune the model with your own data. This will get you on dedicated compute clusters right away, building with Gen AI. But you're probably wondering, how do I ground these models? How do I bring in fresh data, authoritative data quickly to complement generative AI? Don't worry, we have you covered there too. A product called Enterprise Search, so you can now rapidly index your websites, your structured data, and your unstructured data, bring all of those in, combine with generative AI. It's a pretty compelling baseline to start from. So, in this example, you can see that maybe you're a financial services company and you want to accumulate all the information and research that you've done internally and you want to make that available to anybody in your organization. You can do that very quickly, and you can layer a conversational interface on top. And so anybody ever run a knowledge management project in their company? How did those go? Tough, right? It's really difficult. Now, you're going from an idea and bringing all that data together to an actual conversational interface and a knowledge management system that works for you and your organization and also can be externalized. Okay, we're also going to externalize some other models for you. Cody, like code completion, code generation, got you covered there too. We're going to help you build applications fast. Need some Python code? Just tell us that you need it. Chirp. Okay, speech to text. We're going to cross the language barrier in over 300 languages with this model. And imagine Okay, I like this bag in green, but you may like it in turquoise. You just have to tell us. And we're going to apply some research from Google DeepMind and externalize that to all of you through this reinforcement learning with human feedback capability. So you can fine-tune pre-trained models, incorporating your human feedback, but you can also fine-tune a model on domain or industry-specific data. And examples of this would be SecPalm for security, MedPalm, this baseline that then you can tailor your services and products to. The best news that all of these are now in preview. All right, so let's get building. Okay, and you're in good company because many of the world's leading companies are now starting to apply these same technologies for their businesses. And we know that you don't build alone. So we're also partnering with leading AI companies, AI21 Labs, Anthropic, Cohere, and many more, to make sure that you have all of the options available to you when it comes to models and experiences, and that we're also constantly tuning our infrastructure to make sure it's cost efficient for training and serving your models and theirs. We're also partnering really closely with KPMG, Deloitte, TCS, HCL, Wipro, and many more to make sure that you have the services partners and implementation. So when you're ready to scale, you have partners ready with you. Okay, now our second area, cybersecurity. Anybody here not worried about cyber threats? Whew. Okay, good. All right. Unfortunately, we're seeing about a 40% year-over-year rise in cyber attacks, which means this is going to continue to be front of mind for you, everybody in your company, and everybody who consumes your products and services. Now, first of its kind, Security AI Workbench, this allows you to take a specialized domain-specific model, SecPalm, which we've externalized, and we brought it into this extensible platform for you. So what does this mean? It means that your security use cases are now covered with SecPalm, and let's roll through an example. So you're a security analyst, you can simulate attacks against your applications and services in Google Cloud. You can get cues as to where there might be vulnerabilities, and we can summarize in plain language those potential vulnerabilities and steps you may want to take to remediate them, all auto-generated before an attack even happens. Google Workspace. All right, so we've talked about earlier Duet AI for Google Workspace. What does this really mean? It means we're going to jumpstart your creativity and also help you get started reducing time in tasks that shouldn't take as long as they do. So for example, writing a job description usually takes about 30 minutes to get started. Now, you just give a prompt into Docs, you're up with an example, and I see fist pumps in the audience. Yes, that's exactly right. In like 3 seconds, you now have a draft job description. Let's say you're also, maybe you're starting a company, and it's a dog walking business, and you want to keep track of your clients and its services. All you need to do is prompt inside of Google Sheets, hey, create me a tracker. And you know what? It creates a tracker for you. Eventually. There we go. That's me. That's not Palm 2. All right. So there you go. And you can bring it directly into Sheets. Okay, so now we're going to talk about our platform investments. This is the foundation all of you are building on right now. So, Duet AI for Google Cloud. Now you've got a pair programmer. Regardless, you may be one person at a laptop, doesn't matter anymore. AI's got you. All right, so here you can write a function, and let's say you're not exactly sure how to get started with some sample code. You start your function, you give it a prompt, a comment, auto-completion right there for you. But now you want to generate a function. Let's say you're not even sure where to start. So you just say, hey, I kind of want something that looks like this and does this. In this case, maybe you want to start a website. And let's say that you want, well, I see here that we have a hairdryer. Probably not much use to me, but let's say you want to use this hairdryer, or you want to sell this hairdryer in a new market. And let's say that this market, you need to translate the labels for your images in your product category into Hindi. Well, you can start with your function right here. So translate labels. You give it a prompt, as you would have before, as we described before. And guess what? Sample code for translate API. But wait a minute, one of your telemetry libraries is outdated. It's just caused a vulnerability. Don't worry. I see people laughing. This has happened to you? Okay. No problem. We got you covered this time. Okay? So now we can detect that you're using an outdated library, and we can remediate this vulnerability in near real time with a click of a button. Instead of all the research that you'd have to go through, and sometimes maybe you'd push to prod and then you'd find out. Don't worry, we got your back. So now, your labels in Hindi. Badiya. All right, and the last part here for Duet AI, Google Cloud, and this is, have you ever fallen in on a code base and you don't know the context of what someone was trying to do necessarily with the code? I'm seeing a lot of nods. Well, the good news is now you just ask Duet AI for Google Cloud about the code, and it'll give you a description and get you started with that context. And you can get started today and join the likes of Deutsche Bank, Ford, and Wayfair by signing up at our Trusted Tester program. I look forward to seeing you all in that program very soon. All right, and finally, building for all of you. Today, excited to announce, you may have heard some whispers of this earlier, we're launching an accelerator program for the Open Network for Digital Commerce. Yeah, there we go. So first off, we're open sourcing core and infrastructure APIs, basically an open source solution to jumpstart your path into the network. Second, retail search is being made available and Gen AI so that you can enhance those buyer-seller experiences on the network. Also, you can apply for a grant up to $25,000 US to jumpstart your consumption. And finally, you're going to get better serviceability because we're bringing you address descriptors on Google Maps. So hopefully this will give all of you the right tools and help you build faster, better, and at scale. And it's been a real pleasure and honor to be with you here today. Now let's hear from Yuna for some new features coming to the web.
Hi, everybody. Being open by design is one of the things that makes the web unique. It's a platform that's owned by none of us and shared by all of us. And Indian businesses have always been in the forefront of creating innovative and successful experiences using modern web technologies. Yeah, you can give yourselves a round of applause. At I/O last month, we shared a vision to deliver a web that's more powerful and much easier to build for. So let's dive into some of those updates. The first is about reaching new customers across multiple platforms, where web plays a key part. There's been a huge shift in web platform capabilities over the past few years, and those are enabling new possibilities for the types of experiences that you can build. So it's time to change the conversation from deciding between investing in web or native and talk about how to utilize web and native. The key is figuring out how you can bring your investments in desktop or mobile platforms to the web easily. WebAssembly, or WASM, is a technology that we believe can help. It's a low-level binary format that allows for you to use the language of your choice to write applications for the web with maximized performance. Global companies like Figma, Unity, Snap, VLC, and others are already using Wasm to bring code from their C++, C#, and even Swift apps and run it on the web. My favorite example is the read-along app built by Googlers right here in India that helps children learn to read in an interactive way. And it uses WebAssembly to bring, yeah, it's pretty cool. It uses WebAssembly to bring on-device speech recognition to their web app. At I/O, we also shared that WebAssembly now supports managed memory languages. And this set now includes Kotlin and Dart, so you can really use almost any low-level language to write for the web and reuse code across platforms. Another opportunity, as you heard from Will earlier, is AI and machine learning. Now, it's clear that most of this work will happen in the cloud for many good reasons, but we have a complementary set of GPUs in the devices that we use every day. They've just not been accessible to the browser for use on heavy compute tasks like AI inference. So enter WebGPU. It's a newly available API that unlocks the full power of on-device GPU hardware, giving the web access to all of that local computing power for advanced graphics, as well as high-performance computing and AI. So now you can build your app using compute that is both on the cloud and on a local device with WebGPU. And it's exciting to see an emerging ecosystem of frameworks, applications, and libraries that are working to adopt the API. WebGPU implementations are ongoing in Firefox and Safari with a lot of coordination across all browsers as a part of the web standards process. Now, so far, we've talked about more powerful experiences that feel natural. But what gets us really excited is how we can make all of this incredibly easy to use and seamless within your existing workflow. More than half of us here use frameworks today to build our applications. So we've been working hard to make sure that the tools that we've built align with this reality of modern web development. Earlier this year, we expanded our support for frameworks in Firebase hosting, including Astro, Flutterweb, Nuxt, and SvelteKit. And we're adding support for Flask and Django to that list soon, too. And for all of you Flutter fans, and we know there are a lot here in India, we continue to adjust your top requests with version 3.10 that launched at I/O. This version is packed with updates like faster load times, shader improvements, and element embedding that allow for you to integrate Flutter with existing web content. Finally, most of us debug using Chrome DevTools, and we've been working hard to ensure that it does a much better job with code that's generated by modern frameworks. From cleaner stack traces, to a new show your code option, to better breakpoint reliability. It all just works. So you can focus on your app experience. Another area that really impacts productivity is performance tuning. In terms of insights and key metrics, Core Web Vitals has become a key yardstick for quality and performance. And at I/O, we announced that by next year, we'll be replacing first input delay with interaction to next paint, or INP, a metric that measures responsiveness more holistically. This change will take effect in March 2024, so we can give you enough time to get familiar with and optimize for INP. The lower the number, the more users are getting immediate visual feedback, which is crucial when it comes to app quality. In fact, Indian businesses like Redbus and Economic Times have already seen massive benefits by optimizing for INP. So we put together a list of top recommendations to improve your Core Web Vitals scores for 2023 on web.dev at the link on the screen. And if you're using Angular, version 16 now includes a new reactivity model and improvements to server-side rendering and hydration that not only enhance the developer experience, but also significantly improve your Vitals scores. The web platform continues to evolve with hundreds of new APIs that have landed recently or are coming soon, from storage solutions like Origin Private File System, to operating system hooks that are very powerful like file handling, to UI primitives that make once impossible interfaces finally come to life. So join me later on the web stage to learn more about many of these updates. But all the powerful APIs in the world won't help if you can't build an experience that works predictably across browsers. So we've been working in the WebDX community group with browser vendors like Apple, Mozilla, and Microsoft to establish and deliver a stable and predictable view of the web. And we're calling it Baseline. Baseline captures the evergreen set of features that are supported across browsers, and it aims to take the guesswork out of, can I actually use this in my app yet? Every year, we'll also introduce an annual cut of Baseline that you can use for your next project. Using the latest Baseline version will ensure that your app will work on all supported browsers. MDN will be rolling out the Baseline label on their site over the next few months. And you'll also be able to see it on web.dev. The web has been around for over 30 years, and I'm always amazed by how developers have been able to push the boundaries of what is possible. And I'm excited to see the web adapt to become an ever more powerful, more helpful platform for the next 30. And now over to Matthew, who will tell you how you can transform development on mobile.
Thanks, Yana. Today, we'll show you how we're enabling you to build amazing mobile experiences for your users. First, we'll share how to build apps for a multi-device world. Second, we'll cover platform features that help you build higher quality experiences and drive growth. And third, we'll show you how we're improving productivity using AI in your workflow. Let's start with building apps that work better together across devices. Users are moving from doing everything on their mobile phones to a multi-device world, and the Android platform is evolving to help unlock this. You're building solutions for these surfaces that are in the hands and driveways and living rooms of users across the globe. Let's start with large screens. Tablets, foldables, and flippables provide a huge opportunity to reach users, specifically higher value users. Google and our device partners are all in on large screens. You see this in devices from Samsung, Motorola, Oppo, and Google. We'll be releasing libraries and tools to help you continue to build for these large screens. One example is the Jetpack Glance library that helps you write home screen widgets, now available in beta. You'll hear more about these in the Mobile Track opening session. From large screens to the smallest screen, we're seeing huge growth in Wear OS, with active devices growing 5x since Wear OS 3 launched, making it the fastest growing smartwatch platform. In India, the smartwatch category has more than doubled in the last 2 years. With this great traction, we're seeing developers like WhatsApp launch great wearable apps. The app lets you start a new conversation, reply to messages by voice, and even take calls. We have 2 big updates you should take advantage of. First, watch faces. It's the first thing that users see or interact with when they look at their watch. With Wear OS 4, it's easier to create customizable and power-efficient watch faces. Developed in partnership with Samsung, we're excited to announce the launch of the new watch face declarative XML format, meaning there'll be no executable code in your watch face APK. And second, we're releasing new APIs to bring rich animations to tiles, one of the fastest ways to get things done or to launch an app on Wear OS. The first developer preview of Wear OS 4 is already out and ready for you to try. Now, here's something I know. Indians love watching TV, making it one of the top markets globally. We're here to help you develop for this large base. Compose for TV is now available in alpha, which makes building native TV applications a lot easier. It does this by providing a library of components that are optimized for the TV. Z5 is a great example of how Compose can be used to create a smoother experience on Android TV. And you can even hear the story directly from them in a breakout session later today. Now, let's talk about building high-quality experiences and driving growth. One element of that is premium camera and media capabilities. We understand that taking pictures is something India's users value a lot. So we're introducing camera extensions that allow apps to get more out of the devices that they're running on. For instance, Snapchat has seen success using the Night extension, and ShareChat saw a 7% increase in creators using camera enhancements. We're also adding HDR 10-bit image support to Android 14, and this enables a more vibrant capture and view experience. With Play Billing Library 6.0, we're looking forward to letting users in India pay for their extended family and friends. Users can simply share a payment link with their loved ones who can then complete the purchase on their behalf. We look forward to rolling out this feature later this year. Further, to reach new consumers and new customers, we're also launching a new experiment on the Google Play console using generative AI that will create custom store listings for different types of users. You'll ultimately have control on what you submit, but Google Play is here to help you be more creative and effective in tapping into the right users. Next up, productivity. You're being asked to do more, to build for more surfaces, and to improve app quality. And modern Android development helps you do just that. I want to share 3 of my favorite updates that will save you time and set you up for the future of the platform. First, Jetpack Compose, which makes it faster and easier to build high-quality UIs. Today, over 24% of the top 1,000 Android apps take advantage of Compose's productivity boost, doubled since last year. For example, MyGeo reduced their coding time by 25% once they started on their Compose implementation journey. Second, Kotlin. Kotlin is at the core of the development platform, and we keep expanding the scale of Kotlin support for Android apps. Many of our India partners using Kotlin have seen a reduction in code size and crashes. Third, great languages deserve great tools. We're deeply integrating generative AI right into Android Studio by adding StudioBot, a conversational AI assistant. Let's take a look. And something special, we're working on releasing this in India soon, so stay tuned. Finally, building responsibly and keeping user privacy at the forefront. We're transitioning to a passwordless world, using passkeys as a newer and safer form of authentication. Passkeys use familiar patterns like biometric checks to increase sign-in rates. You can use the Jetpack Credential Manager library to bring together passkeys and traditional sign-in methods to your app. To summarize, we showed you how you can build for smartphones and beyond in a multi-device world, keep your quality bar high, and do this efficiently and responsibly. Thank you, and back to you, AK.
Thank you, Matthew. Thank you so much. I hope you're excited by the lineup of announcements we've shared with you today. but this is just the beginning. We have a lot more in store for you today, so stay with us. We've got workshops, demo zones, and community lounges. And they'll tell us a lot more about what you've heard today. As I shared in the beginning, IO Connect is all about using the power of connections to build and scale this thriving community together. Before we wrap, I want to give a big shout out to the members of our developer community programs. Anyone here from Google Developer Group GDGs? There we go. Wow, you're all over. Thank you so much. GDGs, as you know, offer an easy, fun way to connect with local developers and technologists, learn new skills, grow together, and build together. Join a GDG near you, and if one does not exist, you can just start one yourself. And where are the folks from the Google Developer Expert community? Thank you so much. Experts are a community of talented professional developers and leaders who are passionate about sharing their knowledge on Google's technology with the developer and startup ecosystem. Thank you so much for generously contributing your time, energy, and code to the community. And thank you all for joining us today. Over the course of today, we look forward to lifting the hood on our latest tools, exchanging ideas, and very important, hearing from you. We can't wait to see the magical experiences each of you are about to build. But wait, before I wrap up, let's start the day by connecting over a selfie. I couldn't let this opportunity go. I've got such wonderful developers here in the room. Now, if you can pose for me, I'm going to try different angles. And if you pose for me, I'll use my inbuilt selfie stick here. Give me something. Connect. Okay, let's take one here. All right, folks, back there. Thank you so much. Enjoy the day. Thank you.